everyone. Today is December 1st, 2025, and I'm calling this week's legislative body meeting to order at 3:16 p.m. So Vice President Balf is here, Senator Biagini, here, Senator Chavez, PPT Clemens, Senator Cochran is excused, Senator Conley, here, Graphic Designer Kurtai, here, Senator Cebulski, DEI Chair Dixon is excused, Treasurer Fell, here, Chief of Staff Gary, here, Recording Secretary Hildebrand, here, Senator Lories, Comms Director Lucero, here, Senator Mahone, here, Senator Patterson, here, Senator Peliska, President Rangel, Senator Roberts, here, Senator Sharifi, Senator Shepard, and Parliamentarian Wraith. Here. All right. With that, we move to the approval of the minutes. That's the agenda. So this is the minutes. Last week we talked about the town hall, volunteering opportunities, and the DC trip primarily. Does anyone want to motion to approve last week's minutes? Senator Biagini, does anyone want a second? Senator Roberts? All right, last week is approved. And this week we're talking about a lot of executive reports, spring planning, and there are no committee reports or any business to attend to. So does anyone want to motion to approve this week's agenda? Senator Conley and Senator Mahone seconds. First open floor. Does anyone have anything to report during their first open floor? Treasurer or Senator at large.
Hello.
Frank.
Yes. So I wanted to follow up on the thing I talked about 4 weeks ago. Was it premium?
Take the microphone just for the video.
Thank you. It's not.
There we go. Yeah, so I'd like to follow up on the initiative idea I proposed a few weeks ago regarding Quizlet Premium for students. At our town hall meeting a couple of weeks ago, I went around to students who were present and asked them if they would be interested in the idea. Now there's a smaller sample size, about 14 students, but out of the 14, 13 said yes, they would be interested in having Quizlet Premium accessible to students. Only one student objected. And the reasoning for objecting to the idea was less a problem with the idea itself and more so a concern that should this initiative go into effect, the school may use it sort of as an excuse to divert their attention away from more pressing issues, such as issues with culinary safety, other things that were brought up by the student body. Personally, I think it's still worth looking into, even if it isn't as pressing as some other issues, but I wanted to bring that up and bring up the general student approval for the idea.
Anyone else for our first open floor? All right, then we're going to move into executive reports. We've got quite a few of those today. So we're going to start with President Rangel.
Cool. All right, welcome to the second to last meeting of the semester. So I want to talk a bit about, I was trying to solidify plans by the end of the month for the DC trip. I talked with Kiwi this morning a bit about it, and she gave me a deadline of around like January 6th. So if anyone has any ideas when we want to plan that for, when we want to do that, it's historically been February, but we can always play around with the dates there. So if you're interested, come to ExecCab, give us your thoughts. Also, I'm gonna be going around giving out some more welcome kits here and there, like in front of the dining hall, the gym, whatnot, probably at the Jubilation tomorrow. I think that's what it is. Jubilation. Okay. And go to Jubilation, it's gonna be cool. Refer to the flyer. But I'm sure it'll be cool. Yeah, so we'll be having our final meeting next Monday, which Treasurer Fell is going to wrap up the winter funding so we can approve that. So I want to get a head count on that because we might have to vote. But yeah, thanks.
All right, my time is going to be used to look into the next semester and figure out some of our plans for what we're all going to be doing together. So if everyone wants to look at their calendars, we've got every single thing that student government is doing on the next semester. So this includes prom, the Ohio Student Government Summit, if you guys are still interested in that. We've got the Multicultural Festival, Election Week, executive cabinet applications for next fall, Pioneer Community Week, SGA banquet, outstanding student awards, and commencement. So these are all the things that you guys really need to have on your calendar for next year. We're going to need support with the Pioneer Community Day as well as the Multicultural Festival. So those are at the end of February, and at the end of March, we're going to be needing help with those. And then the SGA banquet and the Outstanding Student Awards are kind of like a tradition that we do at the end of every year. We all get dressed up, we all look really nice, we get pictures taken, it's cute. I have a lot of fun with it. You also get free food. It's pretty good free food, if I have to say so myself. What, Senator Mahone?
Shout out former treasurer and Steve Carter for providing that.
Oh yeah, shout out for past members providing catering for us. That's very nice of them. Yep. So what you guys need to be doing with this calendar is you guys are going to pick 2 initiatives to support, and we're going to lay out a plan for how we're going to be doing that next semester. And that's going to be due back at the first meeting of next semester. So we're going to talk about it today. I'm going to need you guys to write down some things, and then you'll bring it back the first meeting of next semester, and we'll guarantee that everyone is on the same page about who they're working with, what initiatives they're working on, when they plan on completing things, etc. So you're going to have 12 weeks to do this out of the 16 weeks that we will be doing the semester. So write that down. 12 weeks you'll be working, and 4 weeks you will have off. That could include like sending an email for 1 week. It is all going to be dependent on how you want to split up on your time. That 4 weeks of time off could be all the way at finals. It could be at the beginning of the semester if you want your project to be more of an end of the semester thing. That'll be up to you and whoever you're working with. So the list of initiatives that we have all agreed are kind of the most important ones throughout the semester are, you'll also want to write these down, Cullen Art, Physical Plant, Archiving and Rules, the clubs, Pioneer Community Day, which could be substituted with PCD. But that's actually a week, so I guess it's PCW. Multicultural Festival. Comms Committee, Town Hall. Don't write this down, but Sam's homework and volunteering. Did you guys get all of those? What? The last 2 were Sam's homework and volunteering? Yeah. Unless you want to.
Is accounting or computer science? I'll let you pick.
I'll let you handle that.
Account for an office hour, if I stare at the screen for an hour trying to figure it out, and then, because I don't know how to do it.
Okay, so out of those options, does anyone need me to say the options again? Did anyone miss anything? I'll say it again. Cullen Art, Physical Plant, Archiving/Rules, Clubs, Pioneer Community Week, Multicultural Festival, Comms Town Hall, and volunteering. So out of those options of initiatives, you're going to pick 2 that you're most passionate about. So you can circle that now, or you can talk to your friends and figure out what you guys want to do together later. Yes, Senator Mahone, you have a question?
Yeah, never
That should have been done this week. That's not for next semester, that's this week, isn't it? Yes, Senator Biagini?
Just real quick, what exactly is the Multicultural Fest?
Okay, so that's with the DEI committee, and it is basically just like it's like a little event that they do at the end of the year. They used to do it in the fall, but because SGA took it over, moved it to the spring. Didn't hear all that, sorry. It's basically just like an event where all of the different international and like Shalom and Latinx and ESU, they all get together and they have like, they've got like music and food, and we hire like performers and like people that are interesting from different backgrounds that have something to show off for the day. Bianca is really excited for it. She's going to be making like a whole schedule for everyone, and like anyone that wants to like be involved in it, she's going to be making a schedule and delegating tasks for.
Cool.
Yeah. Any other questions about these initiatives? Does everyone have an idea in mind of like what they're interested in doing? Yeah. Okay, cool. So, yeah, what you need to do for me before you come back in the spring is you need to decide which of those 16 weeks you'll be working. You need to figure out who else is working on your initiative and coordinate with them to make sure that you are completing the project together. And if you guys want help, you can come to me and I can help you figure out what the end goal of your project is based on how many people you have helping you. Senator Cebulski.
Of this list, can we add to it?
What did you have in mind? Because this list is based off of what we have the people for, the interest for, and like just a majority of interests have been kind of piled into this. So what else do you think is missing?
I mean, nothing specifically comes to mind right this second. I was just thinking about it.
Then no, we cannot add to this list. This is what we're doing. We had all semester to add to it. We've made the list.
Okay.
Okay, is there any questions? Cool. I'm very excited to hear about all of your plans when you come back. Thank you. Next is Chief of Staff Garrett.
All right. Hey, everybody. So for those who haven't been looking at the calendar, this week we're wrapping up the interviews for our Director of Downtown Engagement, and we're going to hopefully have that person hired and doing some onboarding before we leave for winter break. That individual, whoever they may be, will start in the spring, and we'll be officially welcoming in them at that time, so you'll get to meet them whenever we come back in January, which we're very excited about. Also looking ahead for Pioneer Community Week, we are going to be working, hopefully, with the Center for Community Engagement and trying to get some different external partners for our week and do some little projects for them. So I really want to try to get our group together for whoever wants to help out with that. I know I already had some people reach out to me, but if you are interested in helping out with PCW, please just stop by and see me after the meeting, message me on Slack, what have you, and we'll work on that whenever we get back. So yeah, that's all I've got.
Next, we are hearing from Treasurer Fell.
I have a quick list of things here. For this semester, winter funding requests are now open, so I haven't gotten any of those yet, but I expect we'll have some coming over the next couple of weeks, or next couple of days. And then we will be voting on that on the next Monday. So make sure you're here. I know some people are leaving. We need to be at quorum so that we can vote on that and approve the funding so that it can be ordered over winter break, and then we can actually have it for the start of the semester. So if you're on campus or nearby, please come to the meeting. Next, I am in charge of planning the SGA banquet. So if that's something you're interested in, reach out to me. I can get you involved in that. Right now, we're looking at using the patio on the 7th floor that's out like by Kieski's office. It's a really cool space up there. It'll be really nice in the spring when we have the banquet. So looking forward to that. We will have a meeting probably at the beginning of the semester for finance committee talking about the budget. The spring budget has a lot more moving parts than the fall one does, with Pioneer Community Day week, multicultural fair, the banquet, and then of course the club funding. So having a meeting to finalize that will be a great opportunity for senator input to organize everything. Last thing, I will be sending out a quick article explaining how we used all of our funding around the end of the semester, probably during finals week at some point. So be on the lookout for that. And I think that's everything. Senator Alert, Frank.
What time will the finance meeting be next Monday?
Next Monday, the finance meeting will be before our normal meeting. So I'd say 2 o'clock or 2:30. I will send out something in the Slack channel once I get an idea of how many funding requests we have. Because if we have like 3 requests, then we can host the meeting at 2:45 and be done in 15 minutes. If we have 20, it might be a little longer. So that's all.
Raise of hands, which senators here will still be in town next Monday? None of you 3? All right, thank you. And then next we will be hearing from Parliamentarian Reid.
Alrighty, hi everyone. I hope you all enjoyed your break. I'm gonna try and keep this short and simple because it's been a long semester for everyone, I'm sure. But my main goal is to start on labeling the archive more thoroughly, because as of now, there's like that overhead cabinet in the small office in the back of the general SG office that just is labeled USG archive, which doesn't really tell you a lot, and it's also outdated because we're no longer United Student Government. I plan on labeling each cabinet with something along the lines of this cabinet contains and like what exactly it contains, like in a vague sense, with bullet points on like what is each one, to make it easier for both future parliamentarians and for anyone like going back there to find like specific documents or information. I also plan on reviewing both the Constitution and bylaws for any specific changes I pick up, so that it can go in like one giant amendment for both documents. There was a review made last year, so I don't see any like big changes happening, but I think it's still necessary to catch anything that might have been missed or any sort of like small changes for like clarification purposes. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm doing to kind of prep into like next semester stuff, so that way the future parliamentarian has like a good base to start off on.
And finally, we're hearing a town hall recap from Comms Director Lucero.
Hi guys, if you were able to make it, we did have a good turnout to the town hall meeting. We had more people than we expected. We had people sharing opinions the whole entire time. We actually went over the allotted time and had to cut people off, so that's a good sign. I just have kind of like the Spark Notes version here. So this might be helpful with your initiatives. If anyone wants like the full version of it, please reach out to me. I will send it your way. Some of the important things that we really talked about is that the freshmen want more resources. So maybe not next semester, but just something to keep in mind. They need to know like, they want more who to call, when to call, who can help me with what type of resources. And then students also wanted better communication when administration wanted decisions. For example, if you guys remember with security, I think one of the big issues that upset students is maybe the fact that they didn't understand why security was being taken away, or there was just not enough explanation and communication between administration and students. Another topic we touched on are the dorms. People just want better upkeep in the dorms. That's pretty much what it boils down to. People also had issues with physical plant. These issues they experienced were long wait times and just sometimes not responding. Another thing that students really highlighted and made a point on is that students want physical plant to give a notice of when they arrive, because the way it's working right now, physical plant, if there's an issue in the dorm, they're just showing up unannounced. And so it's like these students may not be there, they may be in class, they may be unavailable, stuff like that. Yeah, and then the big one that we really spent most of our time talking about was Culinart. Students want more consistent quality, they want more accommodating hours. A big one that we voted on there, and we had majority, we had 20 votes that agreed, Bison Bites and Brews. People want to see that open before 11:30. There's also issues with consistent meal swipe values, so a meal swipe at Boost. Yeah, a meal swipe at Boost is $12. Bison Bites and Brews is $10. It's just very inconsistent. I think it's $8 somewhere else, but that one could be fact checked. I'm not quite sure.
If you buy something with your own card in the dining hall, it only costs $8. But then if you go somewhere else, it's $12. So I don't know.
Yeah, so just a lot of inconsistencies with how much a swipe is going to get you. So that's something that you guys can look into because people were also, like, people really cared about the Culinart issues that we had. Again, people are asking to post the menu. This is something that we've been looking at all semester. And lastly, we actually had a long conversation about looking into better pay for the student workers. And that's a whole, we could do a deep dive on that, but people at the town hall were very passionate about getting better pay or looking into pay options for student workers there. And the last thing we really touched on was scheduling and classes. The classes that are necessary to graduate aren't being offered, and if they are being offered, they're going online, and this is just creating a number of issues for people for many different reasons. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, that was like half a page of notes, but I also have like a full 2-page document, so if anyone wants it, please reach out. Yes?
I will comment. I believe that the concern with B3, Bison Bites and Brew, is not that they are not open before 11 or 11:30, it's that they do not take meal swipes during the breakfast period.
Okay, that's good to know. I will add that in there, thank you.
All right, that's all of our executive reports. We don't have any committee reports this week, which moves us into senator reports. So I want to hear from you all what 2 initiatives you're most interested in working on for the spring. So if we want to just go down the line, whoever wants to start.
I think I'm most excited for the multicultural fest, as well as the archiving and rules. Both of those seem very interesting. I decided to go with working with Culinart, like I still am and was, and then also volunteering.
I'm definitely in the realms of volunteering and probably Pioneer Community Day, maybe Culinart also. But.
I think that the town hall and Culinart are like the 2 things I would be most interested in, but just put me wherever you need me.
That's not the point, Riley. You're supposed to be passionate about what you're doing.
For me, I want to do definitely Pioneer Community Day and then Multicultural Fest and then possibly just helping out with the banquet along with that.
So I'm really excited for archiving and rules, but as my second choice, I chose clubs, but I am also interested in town hall.
Wait, could you do that again one more time, Sam? Sorry.
Like the whole thing. Okay. I'm really excited about archiving and rules, and then for my second one, I chose clubs, but I'm also interested in town hall.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
I plan on sticking with town hall with comms, and then I'm also really interested in working with the PCW.
All right, I love to hear it. Thank you so much. And Senator at Large Frank, I'm so sorry.
All good. 2 I'm most interested in working with are definitely Culinart and the Multicultural Festival. However, I understand those 2 already have a lot of volunteers, so I would also be interested in working with Physical Plant and the clubs, if need be.
All right, if you guys want to write down who's in charge of your section, I'm just going to run through that real quick. So Culinart actually doesn't have a kind of head of it yet. but the people that showed the most interest in it were Senator at Large Frank and Senator Biagini. So right now they're kind of heading it with like me kind of behind the scenes. So if you guys are interested in column art, talk to those two as well as me. If you're interested in archiving and rules, talk to Sienna. If you're interested in clubs, that's also me. PCD/PCW is Chief of Staff Elliot Gary. Multicultural Festival is Dewey Coordinator Dixon. Comms Town Hall is Tatum and Liv with comms. And volunteering is also me. Yes, Senator at Large Frank.
Who's fiscal plan?
That's also me. Do any other senators have anything to report other than that? Love it. This is pretty much the end of our meeting, so now we're at second open floor. Does anyone have anything for second open floor? How'd this semester go, guys? What'd you think? Huh? I mean in SGA, not just generally. Yeah, any critiques, any feedback, anything you want to talk about how much you love? Yeah, Senator Patterson.
I think that I'm a good person to speak on this because I kind of came in just a little bit later than everyone else. You guys were very welcoming, and I felt like immediately welcome, and I definitely feel like I've had a voice already, and I'm very thankful for that.
Good. Love to hear your voice. All right. If no one else has anything to say, Senator Mahoney.
I really appreciate all the effort that you have put into keeping people on task. I think it has been very helpful.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job, huh?
Biased. All right. Does anyone have anything to announce? All right. I'll see you guys next week in the PCRC. Meeting is adjourned at 3:45 p.m.